Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading. And today is July 3rd, 2024, and today is Wednesday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, we're watching Big Tech and the U.S. banks push to new all-time record highs. But first, looking at today's major economic events. So we start out today, 4 p.m. South African time, out of the United States, an ISM Services PMI number coming out. Now that's followed with 8 p.m., a very big FOMC meeting minutes, which relates to the last interest rate decision. Now looking at the various markets, starting out with the Forex symbols, we're watching the Japanese yen trade to new record lows and shifting over to the indices, the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ both gained. Looking at commodities, oil actually gaining while natural gas selling off. And looking at the stocks, it's Amazon and Microsoft pushing to new all-time record highs. And Tesla has a huge rally on the upside. Now lastly, look at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin tapering lower. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. First with the Japanese yen trading to new all-time record lows at 161.80-ish level. Now that is superbly important. Why? Because the Japanese yen is a leading indicator, and it implies that if it's getting weaker, the inflation is getting worse there. It might be tapering off in the United States, but not by the Japanese yen, which then puts pressure on the Nikkei to even go higher. Okay, that's just the way it is. It's just like not all prices go higher. All prices go higher, not just food stuff at the store, but everything goes higher in this type of environment. So we should expect the U.S. markets also to do the same. So what's going to happen here? Well, we're not doing much here as we're talking because we're just in this new area and the markets are just kind of understanding how much further it could further go higher. So this is on the radar for now. No big trade setups yet. Okay, now jumping over to crude oil. Pushed higher yesterday to $84 a barrel. That's significant. Now we did hit a resistance area, okay, which was previous resistance. That's really important, that 84, and then we toggled down about $1 less. Not that big of a deal, but we did toggle down. So keep that in mind as that is making a correction. You could almost say it's making a upside down head and shoulder formation. Okay, you could see that almost clearly on this chart. Now jumping into natural gas. This is really very important. We're going to start out with a weekly and we're going to get lower into a regular chart. Now we saw that we broke this 255. Now that's significant. Now this is a bona fide downwards momentum. Okay, couldn't sustain itself. It did look like it was going to hold at 255, didn't, and then broke lower. Now we're at 245. So with that said, looking at a daily, how much further we could go? Yeah, we've got some downside potential here all the way down to 163. So keep that in mind and keep this on the radar. And we are also breaking a 200-day moving average on the daily, which is super important as well. Now shifting over to the U.S. markets, this is where it gets really exciting. NASDAQ back on its highs and the Dow Jones rallies a little bit higher and making back some real estate. What moved the markets higher? Let's take a look at that. We're going to first start with the U.S. banks. JP Morgan hits new all-time record highs, 208, just pushes it higher. Oh, this is just such easy trading. It's just breaking out and just going. Okay, unbelievable move for JP Morgan. Jumping over to Microsoft, also record highs at $459, and so did Amazon. Amazon also pushed to all-time record highs as well, $200 a share. So the markets are shifting right now, and there's some pressure on the upside. So keep that in mind as that might affect the rest of the markets. Now Google is on its highs, not all-time record highs, but on its highs, and that rotation might continue happening. Now jumping over to Bitcoin, just tapering lower. It's 60,900-ish level, just below it's 61K, so keep that in mind. It's just trading in a very tight range here between 62 and 59K until it breaks out between one of those two levels. It's going to just be churning around this area. This is Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.